Good morning. This is Jason Dean coming live at you again for another Film Fanatic show. It is Tuesday, about 11 o'clock. Hope everyone's doing good. So, yeah, we had a nice little snowstorm the other day, yesterday. Not a, I wouldn't say it was a storm. I should say Sunday night we had a nice little storm and we woke up to a few inches of snow. Enough to where I had to kind of do some snow blowing and some shoveling. Temperatures have been nice and mild, but it definitely feels like it's nice to have an actual. I'm kind of enjoying this winter a little bit more than I normally do. It hasn't been excessively cold. Um, I've always been a big fan of the snow. I've always thought it was a cool, just I don't know, cool environment. So as anybody who checks out the show, I have been knee deep in watching the Game of Thrones universe. And in all honesty, I'm totally enjoying it. It's been quite a journey, quite a saga. It's pretty much. I mean, even though when I did see the show, I made it to about I think it was the second or third season back when the show was out. But it was an undertaking to stay up with it, and I just didn't. I got distracted doing other things, what have you. And then part of me was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait one day when everything is done, and then I'm gonna sit down and just watch it all the way through because I thought it was great when I watched it, back quite a few years ago now. But watching it now in the context of, or the frame and the framework that I'm watching it is just awesome. Where I'm watching a continuous at a continuous pace, and it's you know it's still everything is fresh in my brain, and so it's a lot easier to kind of understand because again it's an incredibly dense body of work. There are so many characters. There's so much going on, but it's pretty easy to comprehend, and I think it's so well crafted. And but that being said, I'm kind of looking forward. Today was the first day, or actually, I should say last night, where I was like, you know what? I'm looking forward to going back to watching movies, like just watching movies. And it's interesting. It's an interesting thing because not that I'm fatigued at all, but it is a lot of work. It is a lot of because I'm totally into it, totally into it. I'm totally addicted to it. But I also I have a little bit of an addictive personality. Well, most people do. And so I have an addictive personality. And when I get into something, I usually get really into it to where the point of where I get pretty obsessive. And I'm kind of obsessed with it now. And I know there's been days of where I stay up too late watching it and I get up. I have a hard time sleeping in, and then I get up too early and don't have enough sleep. So it has affected my clock a little bit. So that doesn't really happen for me with movies. I usually will like watch one or two, usually one, and then by the end of it I'm done and I can. But this is different. It's like a high. But again, I this is not that. All of that being said, is not a negative on the show because it's incredible. I have been totally digging it, and I just started season 6 last night. Today's show is going to be talk on season 5, but I just started season 6 last night, and it was funny when I went to Opera House Video where I rent the seasons because I'm old school. Um, it's funny because I anybody who knows me, my friends or whatever, everybody knows, and would imagine they know by now that I don't stream anything, that I don't use any streaming platforms for music. I don't use any streaming platforms for film. And I know like most people that I know that about me. I make it pretty obvious. I talk about that a lot, and it comes up in conversation a lot with fellow friends or fellow musician friends because you know with the crazy thing that we try to do as musicians and trying to attempt to have a career and all those great things, but all of the crazy things that come along with it. The whole technological place that we're at really, really, really affects what we do. Social media, all of those things. The way we, the way I or other musicians that I know, the way we promote our events, how as a fan of going to events, how I am finding out about things that are coming out. Same thing for films. Whether or not the biggest thing now is there's still lots of things of where certain films are never getting a theatrical release. They're only being streamed. So that entails a lot in that department as far as for what filmmakers need to do as far as promotion, finding how people can access your film, your content. So it's a very different time. So you know, naturally, it's a thing that is always, at the same level that it's. I feel like when you're talking, when I talk to friends about movies or music, any of those things, it always, to some capacity, always comes up as far as the way we see, the way we experience media now. It's hand in hand. And I always laugh at it because I still have people, even though they know me, that will recommend a shit ton of movies for me, and they know that I don't stream, or they'll send me tons of playlists of from Spotify, and they know I don't use Spotify. So I don't know. I just don't get that. But anyway, it's different recommendate to recommend things, but when you know that a person does not use that platform or platforms, and for most of the time, those things that people are recommending for me, that is the only way to see it or to listen to it. So I don't know. I don't know what that is, but anyway, that's besides the point. So today's show is on season 5 of Game of Thrones, and it's great. Most I'm a pretty much a lone wolf in this whole kind of situation because I know most people have seen this show. They watched it when it was streaming, in real time. Very rare. I haven't really come across too many people that have not seen this show, and it is, it's an incredibly pop. It's one of the most popular shows. I think it's probably, you know, the most talked about and the most popular TV series that I know of, where it's been embraced by everyone, every age, every demographic. Just this universal love for this show, and it's been really hyped, really, really talked about. A lot of the actors in the series have gone on to have really good, successful movie careers. And I have to say, with all of the hype, all of the acclaim, it is this show is so deserving of all of the acclaim that it has gotten over the years, and being a person that had never really seen it, totally justified. If not more so. I mean, it's really, really, really good, really high end. Season 5 again, because it's funny because the series is so good and I'm like totally into it and I'm totally enjoying it, and I'm continually shocked by people who by certain main characters in the series that are getting just killed off, where I'm just like, what? I'm I'm like just so into that they're doing something different with that. That they're going to those places, and that they are, they are going to kill off somebody you cared about. And I just think that that is great. And I just think it's something you don't see too often in television. It's But I have to say, season five is fantastic, and some of the best writing I have come across or have seen, really, you know in any time, or for that matter, in the period of in the period of filmmaking. But what I was starting to say, when I went to Opera House Video the other night, or actually, um, yeah, it was last night because today's Tuesday, and they're closed on Sunday. I didn't realize that there was 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. I thought there were only seven. Well, not only, but I thought there was seven, and I was starting going into six. But I was like, oh wait, there's eight. So, and it's interesting because the thing that I'm aware of is that the books kind of end at five, I believe, and six, seven, and eight, I believe, are now movies. Are it's the continuation of the series minus the there's no more source material. That's kind of where it ends. So the producers and filmmakers have kind of took it upon themselves to kind of add to it. So it's interesting. I don't really notice so far. Again, I just started season six, so I don't really notice too much of a change or a difference. I think five and six so far. I would say that in some ways they're more shocking because of who who dies, basically, and how many people get killed off. Um, it goes a little bit deeper into those things, and I was really there's been many moments where I've been just totally shocked and amazed. But I don't notice storyline wise, or some kind of any kind of cohesive plotline storyline hiccup, because of this now not being in the source material realm. I don't notice it yet. So I have to say my favorite scene, probably in the entire series, is in is in season five. There's a massive battle that that takes place, that is all about the White Walkers, and I have to say it is beyond thrilling. It's one of the greatest, by far. It's, I think, the greatest action sequence in the series. It's breathtaking, and I think it's one of the best fight uh, battle scenes I've ever really seen. I mean, the scale of it, the production value, and the sense of urgency around the characters. It's got everything, and the scale of it is just thrilling. And I love the way it kind of ends. The conclusion to this battle scene, I just think, is so incredible and so original. Something I've never seen before. Just amazing. Kind of awe inspiring. Kind of awe inspiring. Tremendous, tremendous, tremendous stuff, and super pumped, super excited. I love it to death. And again, I just started season six last night. I'm just finished the first disc, so stay tuned for the next review for that. So there's three more, well, altogether three more seasons to go. So very, totally digging it. It has not gone south yet. I have had friends and people that I know that have said that they were very disappointed with the last few seasons. I've had some people say that they really liked it, and they thought it was great. So I don't know, but so far I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Totally enjoying it. So stay tuned for the next review, and that will be for season six. So this is Jason Dean, and have a great day, and we will see you soon. Peace.